I'm still heartbroken about that Red Sox game. That game was so ours to win. And it's not just the fact that you blame it on Mother Nature, although I'm telling you, that was really sad. That was a strange ninth inning. Red Sox score, they lose the game. But the thing with the Red Sox they need to do is they have got to stop leaving men stranded. I could not believe it. I mean, there were many chances that they could have had to blow that game open against the Minnesota Twins team that's not very good. And then Hicks, I'm telling you, I consider him to be a bust in that trade for Rafael Devers. He's 1-7. He has an ERA of over 6.
Yeah, he can't find the plate to save his life. He
throws
he can't.
It's a frustrating thing because they keep dragging you back in, and then you have to consider being out again. It's like again, you win that Dodgers series, and then I don't know. I'm sure you guys talked about it yesterday, but those that are diminishing that win in the Dodgers series because the Dodgers are a little cold lately drives me nuts.
Yeah,
it's like that was a series that was a must-win series, and you went and you won it, and
right.
So, but they're just Curtis brought up earlier. I can't remember if it was on the air or when we were talking before the show this morning.
We talk a lot of ball.
We do. We talk ball. Usually the first thing we talk about, Curtis.
Yep.
But they've lost more one-run games this season than ever before in Red Sox history.
I mean, I don't know about the whole history, but last year they had 13 in 162 games. This year they have 21 in 108. 8 more one-run losses already. And, I understand what you're saying, Greg. It's not you beat a team in the Dodgers that are incredibly talented 2 out of 3, but you're now 4-6 after the break. And you were 10-0 before it.
Yeah.
And, now you got to win the next 2 in Minnesota to not give up the momentum you got from L.A. But to me, the big story wasn't on the field. It's Lou Merloni and others that are connected trying to minimize expectations, saying you weren't going to reallocate the resources you gained from trading Devers in season. I think the reaction to that trade would have been far different if the fans knew that, because that wasn't made clear. I mean, I love Lou. You know that. I think he's the best baseball guy in Boston. I didn't see him tweeting in the immediate aftermath of the Devers trade that it would be foolish to expect the team to reinvest the money on this year's team. Did you?
No.
So if that was the case, where was that reporting, a month ago?
My whole expectation with the Devers thing is, and I kind of agree with Curtis, is like my expectations, you might not reallocate every single penny, but there should be a big portion of that money that should be reallocated into this team this year come trade deadline. Like, that's kind of the expectations I have. That's kind of what they've been telling us, especially if they're in a position where they feel like, oh, we do have a legitimate chance. We are a good baseball team. Sam Kennedy told us come trade deadline, if we're in the mix, then, we're going to make big moves. Craig Breslow's told us the same thing. The trade deadline is what, Thursday?
Yes.
You are not only in the mix, you are in a position right now, if you add a piece, you potentially could win the division.
But what you've wanted, and you're right about wanting it, is you want them to add a legit number 2 starter. And what Lou is saying is that there's not, you may not be able to pry that guy loose somewhere.
Well, that's different, though. We talked about that. If there's a legit number 2, that whether it's Joe Ryan or
they're not getting rid of Joe Ryan.
Okay, so
that was Lou's point. Is
what if they traded for Nolan Ryan?
All right, so Joe Ryan is what most people consider a legit number 2. Is Nathan Eovaldi considered a legit number 2, or is he just another depth piece? Because if there's no legit number 2, then how do you fault the Red Sox for trying to get somebody, but no one's willing to give those guys up?
If you had Eovaldi, you would be, I believe, a favorite to win the division.
Okay, so then you would consider him a legit number 2.
Oh, of course.
So then he should be a guy that if the Rangers are willing to move, or if he moves, you should be in on him. And
Weren't there reports last season that they were trying to get Eovaldi back too? Like, this has been something that's been talked about in the past. So, I mean, and I if I remember correctly, I believe that Eovaldi had interest in coming back to Boston. So in my mind, that's a no-brainer. If they're willing to give him up, that should be somebody that the Red Sox should bring back, not only for talent, but also like and I hate that we have to do this because we are Boston and we should be better than it. But for nostalgia, like people love Nathan Eovaldi.
Yeah,
when
but
he was here.
unless they are looking at this team and watching it yo-yo, and they're not really willing to invest.
But are they yo-yoing because the pitching isn't great every single night, or are they yo-yoing because the bats aren't going? Like, I think the pitching is the issue a lot of the time, and that's the reason for the yo-yo. So if you can get a legit number 2 in Nathan Eovaldi, then the yo-yo could balance
tough
out.
To pitch after a rough flight, though.
I mean, are we really giving them that excuse?
Have you ever been on a flight that dealt with a lot of turbulence?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was ruined for days.
24 hours later, you can't play a baseball game?
It'll rock you.
Yeah, I guess, I guess it must have been real bumpy from where they were flying.
I'm scared for their lives, I believe.
But
it's unbelievable.
But I think that
what a tough place to play this is.
Here's a text that says, and when the Red Sox do nothing, then you guys will not give them hell for sitting still. You will kiss their ass as usual. I don't think so. I think we've been...
well, look, I'm sorry you feel that way.
I think
Sam will find a job to give me so he can fire me.
I think we have been suggesting.
There's no way that...
And, Curtis, you and Ken were talking about it Saturday. Aaron Judge out for a while. Like, you have an opportunity... I get it. Maybe you're not going to catch Toronto, but you got an opportunity to move your way up in that division.
But there's no way we're watching it, they're watching it. They know a lot more about baseball than we do. There's no way they can sit there and go, we don't need a number 2 starting pitcher. If we're all seeing that, like if we can sit here and go, we don't have confidence in Walker Buehler, we don't have confidence in Dick Fitz. Maybe we have a little bit more confidence in Bayo and Giolito, but even then, it's still not a ton.
That falls on Dick Fitz.
There's no way.
I just don't. All these texters are saying there's no way you can't get Eovaldi because Texas is in it. So you have to go to a team that's not in it.
I have a question.
And you're not parting with Jarren Duran.
Were the Red Sox in it when they traded Devers?
Not
yes.
Really. I mean,
no, they weren't.
The
season wasn't over.
They weren't. No,
but I don't.
They were a game out of the wild card. And they traded Devers. You can always make deals if you make it appetizing for the other team. The Red Sox have one of the best systems in baseball. Of course, they should offer something for the Rangers for Eovaldi.
Oh, the Rangers are legit a half game out of a wild card spot.
Everybody's a half game out of a wild card.
No. There's 4 teams. They're the Yankees, the Mariners, the Red Sox, and Texas.
How many teams in the American League are out of the playoffs entirely?
Out of the playoffs.
The White Sox.
Right.
That's about it.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's one
Chicago
team,
and maybe the Athletics.
So then it's not a story if they're a half game out of the wild card. Everybody's close to the wild card.
Right, but I think there's a difference between, let's say, the Cleveland Guardians, who are 4 games outside of the 3rd wild card spot, versus the Texas Rangers, who are basically a game and a half from the number 1 wild card spot. And so maybe they might